Hey, Jen.
Yes. Hold on. What's up, Destiny?
Carol Gomes is on vacation. Who should we contact in her absence?
Probably Evo. I didn't even know she was on vacation. I'd forgotten. But do you have Evo's contact? I can text it to you. He's her boss. Okay. So
Yeah.
I will. No problem. Does she have an out of office on her, like who it is to call?
No, I called. It just said to call the 800 number, but
No, call Evo if it's important. Do you need help with a claim or anything? Okay, if you let me know what's going on later, I can call him. I will call him too. Okay?
thank you.
No problem. I'm sending it to you in a text. Unless, of course, have to call once Evo's number, and I can send it to everybody. Here it goes. All right, you should have it shortly. No problem. Just turn the music back on for just 3 more minutes. Hey, Dad. I think I saw you running into the building.
Thanks for turning your cameras on, guys.
I know, I love it. Amy, you're looking good. Amy Parker.
Hi, Jen. Can you hear me okay?
I can see you and your pretty kitchen background.
Thank you. I've been having trouble with Teams lately, and every time I get on a Caldwell Banker meeting, I end up having to put a headset on. So I'm happy today that you can hear me the way I am. So
Totally can, even with all my music blaring.
Hey, Amy, this is Dorothy.
hey, Dorothy.
How are you?
It's a busy day in the appraisal world. I'm helping about 4 of your colleagues today.
Really?
In our office alone.
Yeah,
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, she almost canceled on our meeting. I'm like, no, you can just go first. You're not canceling.
I know. What I didn't tell you, Jennifer, is I also have a deposition for a nasty divorce that I've been subpoenaed for in 2 hours. So we're all good.
You know, the good news is you're not one of the people getting divorced, right?
I don't know. At least when you're getting the divorce, the attorney isn't nasty to you because they're making a lot of money off of it.
Or you hope not, right? Since you're paying the bill.
So,
Amy, I wanted to ask a favor.
okay.
Hey, you danced, Dustin. I see you.
Will you do me a favor and resend the appraisal you did for us on our house here? Because I went to upload it and everything, and I don't know what happened to my computer, but it completely screwed it completely up. It printed out really flaky and all out of sequence and weird. So,
Give me the street name so I can do that for you.
okay. Want me to just email it to you or give it to you now?
Just give it to me now because I'm gonna do it now.
Okay. It's 1539. It's 1539 Mendota Way in Carmichael.
Thanks, sweetie.
Thank you. We appreciate it so much.
So there we go. Our guest speaker's already helping people out. So good morning, everybody.
Awesome.
It is a great day at Coldwell Banker Sierra Oaks. It is Wednesday, and we are now in March. I know a lot of you have stuff already going on. It's been a busy couple of days with positive things and challenges. And so I am always impressed by how well all of you handle the challenges in this business. There are many, as we all know, especially with the heightened emotions of people who are trying to buy houses and not having the success that they want. So again, quite impressed with my team here in Sierra Oaks. Let me pull up the meeting. We only have a couple things, Amy, before you hit. I'm putting you really close to the beginning, so don't worry. You will get out of here in time.
While you pull the presentation up, guys, I just want to remind you, when we're on the meeting, since I am recording, make sure at the end of the meeting you actually leave the meeting, because if you don't leave the meeting, the recording doesn't work. That's why we didn't get a meeting recap last week. I didn't get a recording because there were a couple people that were still in the meeting when I checked 3 hours later. So make sure you click the leave button when you're done.
If they don't, is there a way for us to have them leave the meeting? Can we cut them off?
I think so. So I'll check it. I'll check back after we're done, a few minutes after we're done, just to see, make sure everybody's done.
All right. So I know I don't usually skip past the first few slides, but I'm going to today. Did we add anything here, Brooke?
Nope.
No.
Same stuff.
All right. So just skip right through. I do want to remind you all, please, and some of you have been great about this, use these hashtags, especially when you're in meetings and classes here or posting anything that has to do with Coldwell Banker, your business. These are things to tie it all back together to the team. And again, our theme for the year for 2021 is excellence and growth are top of mind in all we do. And I'm super excited. I don't even know if she made it on the call yet. Brooke, you can look in the chat, but I want to welcome someone back to Coldwell Banker who's been gone just a year. Stacy Lee, super excited to have her back with us. Stacy left not because she was unhappy with us, but because she was leaving the area, the Sacramento area, and ended up joining a Keller Williams office outside of the greater Sacramento area. And she ended up not really leaving permanently like she thought she would. So she's back in Sacramento and back with us. So again, super excited to have her back. She is a very wonderful part of this group and has a lot of friends in the office, and can't wait to see how she does. Stacy, by any chance, did you make it on the call this morning?
I don't see her, Jennifer.
That's okay, no big deal. She has a lot going on right now, including a couple new listings coming up. So she's probably in an appointment. So when you see Stacy or happen to run across anything from her, say hi and welcome back. All right, I am excited to announce that we have Amy Parker with Appraise It Today on our call this morning, doing a market trends update, and I think it's timely. I'm getting a lot of calls about appraisals. A lot of you are reaching out to Amy and to others in the appraisal industry for assistance. And as we know, she always comes with a wealth of knowledge. So Amy, do you have your own slides you want to share?
Absolutely. I just asked for control.
Oh, there we go. Allow. You got it, girl. I just gave you control. Did it come up?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Somebody's texting me.
Good morning, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Amy Parker. I am a licensed real estate appraiser. My company is called Appraise It Today. And when I figure out how to share the screen, we are going to see a lovely presentation.
See the three dots? I think that's where you go. Do you see those? How does she share? Oh no, go way over to the X. I see what you're doing. I see your
go over to the X.
Go to the X. See where the X is right next to leave? No, not that one. Go to where it says the X at the top of the screen.
So
wait, right here. See that one that I'm pointing to?
Can you see my screen right now?
No. Click on, see where my little icon is and there. Click on, no, not that one, not that one, not that one. Click on the X next to leave, down on the bar level, next to the microphone. There you go. Try that. Now try to share now. And a box should come up. Did you click on it yet?
You know, it's so fascinating how many, oh, there it is. How many times I do this, and every time I get into Teams at a Coldwell Banker meeting, I am like, not
there
in
you go.
But anyway, I'm sure you can now see my slideshow.
Yes.
All right, we are in business. So good morning, and thank you for your patience and not laughing at me. I see that Lee Mala just texted me and told me I'm doing a great job, even though I haven't even started. So I love the positive feedback. So anyway, I'm here to give you a market update. Jennifer was nice enough to invite me out so that I could listen to your meeting and learn a few things, and then hopefully you can learn a few things from me. I appraise homes in the greater Sacramento region, and I really spend a lot of time in the downtown, older neighborhoods, you know, Gold River, Fair Oaks, Carmichael areas, literally all over. But today we're going to talk about just a few areas and give you a market update. And then I'm going to give you some tips on how to deal with multiple offers in the appraisal process right now. So the first area I'm going to share with you market trends for are like the neighborhoods around downtown Sacramento. And just to make it clear where the data is coming from, I drew a map and I've put it in my slides. You kind of know for this market area, this is what's happening. In the last 6 months, 11% of the homes have sold cash. Almost 80% of the homes have been under 3 bedrooms. 57% of the homes were remodeled or updated. 8.5% had pools, and almost half the homes sold for under $575,000. What's fascinating about that is there's nothing for sale right now for that low. Here is the trends for the 2 zip codes that make up East Sac and East Sac and River Park, and you'll notice that we went up and then we've just gone slightly up in the last 3 months, and that's because there's nothing for sale. When homes don't sell, prices don't show as going up exponentially. So statistically, it shows only a 7 to 8% increase in the prices of homes in this market area at this moment, but that is subject to change. Here's another neighborhood. Drew a map from Arden Way all the way to the river, all along the river and up Watt Avenue. And I found out there's only 18 homes for sale right now in this area. 11 are pending. And in the last 6 months, at least 15 homes per month have been selling. The hottest price points right now in this market area are kind of the entry level price point of $550 to $775. And Jennifer, can you believe we're saying that entry-level housing is at $550 right now?
Gosh, no. My average sales price back when I got in the business was far below that entry level.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So if you know somebody who has a smaller home in Arden Park, you know, any of these areas, those entry-level homes are the highest in demand right now. Again, 11% of the purchases are cash. And in this area, majority of the homes that are selling are actually 4 bedrooms and more. So we are seeing people who need office space, who need more bedrooms. That is what a majority of the homes that are selling are making up right now in this area. This is a market graph that I pulled statistically through yesterday. And this is an example of when there aren't a lot of sales, the data statistically, you know, it's obvious that we've gone up. But if you look at, you know, January of last year versus, you know, February, you know, there was a really high sale in this market area in January of last year. So it kind of shows, you know, we aren't as up as we thought we were. But the market is still hot no matter what the statistics are telling us. Here's another market area. This is Gold River in the last 6 months. Way more cash purchases in this area, way more homes selling with pools. 20% of the homes are getting 3 or more offers. And 75% of the homes are selling over $550 right now. And the market
25,
yeah,
right?
Well, no.
Oh, I see. No, or less than 550. Sorry, I can't see it very well. Okay, sorry.
No, that's fine. 25% of the homes are selling under $550. So that means way more, majority of the homes are selling over that price point now. So if you're a young family who wanted to move into this area, you are getting priced out of the market right now. And Gold River pricing is going up quite significantly. It's going up over 1% a month right now. We've seen a 13% increase actually. Here's some Gold River statistics. You know, January of last year, median sales price was $530. January this year, $591. Big jump. Here's some information on condominiums. Condominiums usually don't go up as fast as homes do because they have very high HOA dues. We are seeing investors buying condominiums in Sacramento County at a rate of exponentially because rents are going up. So it's a good way to get a property that you can have some passive income. 17% of condominiums right now are being purchased with cash. Most of them are getting multiple offers. Most of them are having 3 or more offers. And a majority of them in the last 6 months have sold for under $300,000. If you look at this graph for Sacramento County, you can see that in January, the price of last year, the median price of a condo was $245 and now it's $280. But you notice what's happened in the last 4 months? We've kind of hovered around a median price of $270 to $280. It's kind of not going up as much as it used to. And one of the big things with condominiums is it's hard to, if you're a first-time home buyer, sometimes it's hard to qualify because the HOA fees are so high. So that's something to think about. There's also something that's occurred in the last 2 months, and that was as part of the governor's desire to have more housing. There have been new rules and put in place on HOAs and condominiums that says you have to ease up on your rules about how many of the properties can be rented. So when you go to list a condominium, you need to be sure you find out information about how much of the project is rented properties and how much are owned, because that can impact your financing going forward. Meaning the financing of whoever is going to buy that. But in the end, a lot of these are being bought with cash. Let's talk about Carmichael in the last 6 months. Wow. Right now there's only 24 for sale and 53 are pending. On average in Carmichael over the last year, I mean, we've been seeing 57 homes a month sell in Carmichael, and there aren't that many for sale right now. A third of all the sales typically are having pools. 10% of the homes are being purchased with cash, and there's been a 13% increase. Now I'm going to show you a graph that I got off of MLS yesterday. And this graph is from the trend tab in MLS, and it's from Trend Graphics. And this fascinating graph shows you the average sales price per month of homes that sold in Carmichael. And then way up here is the average list price. And when there is such a big difference between the average list price and average sales price, that tells me that we've got a lot of sellers dreaming. Or they've listed their home for an amount that will make them move. And so we usually have a more healthier market when these two numbers align. And there are a lot of, multi-million-dollar properties in Carmichael that are on the market. And then most of the homes selling in Carmichael aren't, million-dollar homes. So it's interesting to see that the price of homes has gone up and the listing prices of homes have gone up. And there's remaining, there's like a $700,000 difference. It's crazy, Jim. What do you think of this trend right here?
It's crazy. They're still selling even with that disparity. What was it, 57 homes a month? Was that what you said on
usually in
slide?
Carmichael, and we've got 53 pending right now. So here's another market area that's really hot right now. Elk Grove is seeing a lot of Bay Area buyers. I know a lot of you don't list down in that area, but you should be aware that it's a pretty hot commodity. 40% of the homes in Elk Grove are selling between $500,000 and $775,000. Half the homes that sold in the last year were under $500,000. So this is kind of still a good place to buy an entry-level home. Majority of the homes selling in the area were under 2,000 square feet. And what I'm finding is people who own this kind of housing, like the 3-bedroom home in Elk Grove under 2,000 square feet, they are the people buying the move-up homes that are listed over 600,000 or over 700,000. So the more homes that sell in these entry-level communities, the more buyers there are for the move-up homes. So I want to go over now the types of appraisals that are being offered as of today. And with this, when COVID was introduced last year, the lending institutions instituted a couple of different ways to get an appraisal done for their loan products. The first was to continue to do full interior and exterior appraisals. Another was getting an appraisal waiver if your financing was strong, you had the right down payment, and they had enough information about the property you were buying from a prior sale. They would do what was called an appraisal waiver, and they would use what's called an automated value model to take care of that for underwriting and lending purposes. But last year we also saw the institutions allowing and ordering what are called desktop appraisals and exterior only appraisals. And with the desktop appraisal, the appraiser never goes out to the property. They don't measure it to confirm the square footage, and they are supposed to contact either a buying agent or selling agent to get characteristics and information about the home in addition to looking at MLS. Those desktop appraisals sometimes can lend themselves to a more conservative valuation because the appraiser's not been out to the house. The other product that banks started ordering from appraisers because of COVID-19 was an exterior only drive-by appraisal. Again, both the desktop and drive-bys were only used in certain situations. And with a drive-by appraisal, again, the appraiser is supposed to contact the listing or buying agent to discuss the property, but also just drive by it. I saw a lot of buyers in 2020 who were going to be charged for an appraisal tell the bank they wanted a full appraisal if they were going to pay for that. And that is a buyer's right to do that if they choose to do so. As a listing agent, if you hear that somebody's going to do a desktop appraisal or exterior only appraisal on your property, and you are at the top of the market as far as your contract price, it's possible for you to get a little bit nervous about that, because the reality is that appraisal could be more likely to come in short. So again, if an appraiser wants if the buyer wants an appraisal, they need to talk to their bank about that. I have a few mortgage brokers who, when they put the loan information into the system and it comes back with, oh, we're gonna do an appraisal waiver, and their buyer still wants a valuation, sometimes they'll tell their buyer to go ahead and order an appraisal on their own outside of the lending process. And that is kind of a new technique I'm seeing some people do. Also, just remember, you're paying for the appraisal, so you do have a right to ask the lender to do the type of valuation that you want completed. So when you're placing an offer on a home, I want you to think about a few things, because the market is not going to go up forever. Interest rates are not going to be low forever. And at some point, things are going to flatten out and prices will shift another direction. So when you are representing a buyer and there's a multiple offer situation, I really encourage you to take 5 minutes and go through this 4-step process called TUCK. Think it over, because the market value is not the highest sales price that a home is going to sell for. Market value is what a reasonable buyer and seller will negotiate when they are not under duress. And Jennifer, would you say a lot of buyers right now are under duress?
Absolutely.
So I would think that it's important just to have a discussion with your buyer that market value is not the highest price. It's the most probable price. And to think about that. The second thing is, I think it's important for any buyer right now to understand what the neighborhood's historic price trends are. Well, the last time the market turned, this neighborhood did this. You know, the last time the market turned, you know, this is what happened in this area. You know, you're thinking about buying a home that's up against the freeway. And when the market turns, homes that are in bad locations will see a huge dip in pricing. When there are no homes for sale, homes in bad locations sell for the same as homes in good locations.
Yep.
So they just need to understand historically what goes on. Third thing, tell them and show them what comparable sales have sold for, just so they have that reality check. And 4, know what will happen to this deal if the appraised value is less than the contract price. And I say this because, again, prices have gone up exponentially. We have had a moderate increase in cash buyers, but not everybody's buying with cash. We have had some people migrating to the area, and that can change. And the market doesn't always go up like it is. If you look at healthy real estate markets, when wages are going up, home prices go up. But in our current economic situation, we aren't seeing wages go up. So just something to think about. Here are some tips on general things about contracts and appraisals and multiple offers. I think all sellers should be made aware that not all homes get multiple offers. I was actually doing an appraisal yesterday in East Sacramento, and there was a home that got multiple offers, but all of them were under list price. So it depends on the home, it depends on the pricing, and if you just need to let the sellers know that not all homes get multiple offers. Also, in the case of spring sales, historically the sales that occur in the spring are the highest. And usually there aren't a lot of recent sales because less homes sell from November to January. So in my opinion, if you are in a multiple offer situation and you are a seller reviewing contracts, your best offer is the one where there is no appraisal contingency. Because if there are no recent sales that an appraiser can use to develop a market value, and you have offers that are way above what anything has sold, your best offer is the one that has no appraisal contingency. I've seen a lot of creative language recently, and I really think that sellers and buyers really need to stop and think before they ratify some of these contracts. I want to give you the instance of the first case that's noted here. A contract stated that the buyer was willing to pay $10,000 over appraised value. If the appraised value is not at the contracted sales price. I saw this written in a deal where the home appraised for $50,000 below list price and $80,000 below contract price. And the seller was not happy because they had agreed and ratified a contract that stated the buyer would pay up to $10,000 above. And I'm not, you know, an expert on contract language, Jennifer, but you can see that if you were representing a seller and they had ratified a contract like this, it could get a little sticky, correct?
I think there's often a misunderstanding the seller feels, depending on the advice of their agent. I'm echoing back, sorry. That they might be committed, but the fact is they have to sign an addendum agreeing to that price once know the appraised value. So the seller can refuse to sign that addendum, and then you're going to have a butting of heads if it's that far off, right?
Yeah, no, and I mean, the goal is to have smooth escrows right now. The second creative thing I've seen written is much better. It has, you know, more stipulations in it. Buyer agrees to pay $10,000 above appraised value if the appraised value is within $20,000 of the contract price. If there's a difference, you know, buyer and seller reserve the right to renegotiate or cancel. Much cleaner language, don't you think, Jennifer?
Yes.
It depends on who you're representing. If you're representing,
That's true. It does depend on who you're representing.
Yeah, I know. Do you think
That was crystal.
Do you think some buyers are putting in offers like 50,000 over list price in hopes that it doesn't appraise and they'll get to renegotiate?
A buyer may do that, but I don't. A smart agent from the seller side is going to counter that out or change the language.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that there are a lot of agents out there writing contracts that they're not thinking about. So just think before you ratify it and be sure you're representing your party correctly, because I mean, that's what we're supposed to do as an agent. And I am seeing a lot of cash buyer contracts where they don't have an appraisal contingency in it, but they're hiring me still. Like they're calling me and saying, you know, I just want to know what the real market value is. I know I'm paying too much. I'm okay with that, but I just kind of need a point in time value of what the home's really worth.
Yeah, how much too much am I paying, right?
Yeah, I mean, how much? Yeah, exactly.
Amy?
Yes.
We have a couple questions in the chat. The first one's from Tara.
Okay.
She says, how much has the number of cash buyers risen, and do you have stats on that?
In general, in the Sacramento region, there was only a slight increase in the number of cash buyers from 2019 to 2020. And again, it remains less than 12% of the market. So for every 100 homes that sell, 10 to 12 of the buyers are cash. So it's not as high as you think. I think sellers should realize that, you know, they can't just list a home and hope they get a cash buyer.
Thank you. And then the other question comes from Eric Honore. He says, does having a pool now add significant value to a home appraisal?
How much a home adds in value varies by neighborhood, and how much it adds in value varies dramatically from whether or not you have a home that's like 900 square feet in Arden Manor versus, you know, 1,500 square feet, 2,000 square feet in Arden Park. And it costs roughly a starting price right now of $65,000 just to build a basic pool. And they're 5 to 6 months behind schedule. So pools are in high demand, and they are adding more value to the appraised value, market value of a home than they did 2 or 3 years ago, because people are staycationing instead of vacationing.
Amy, can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
I know you talked a lot about market value, and my thought though is, and I think maybe other agents feel this way, is as soon as a new home sells at those higher prices, and if there's multiple sales in a neighborhood, that automatically raises the comp values for any other buyers that are going into that neighborhood. Is that not thought about, or?
Well,
Like,
so this is the thing. Today I'm going out to a house in East Sacramento, and I have to use what has sold through today to value it. And if something sells 2 or 3 days later, that isn't a sale through that date. So in the current, I'm going to turn off my slideshow. Jennifer, can you take control of the?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. I need to go back to seeing people. It's nice to see people when you talk. So
Oh, hold on. I messed up. I think I just hid you.
No, you're fine. So
There you
let's just say I'm going out today to value a home. And if I'm valuing it today, I have to use all the data through today. And in most cases, as an agent, as an escrow, you want the appraiser out there as fast as possible, right? Because you've got like 10, 14 day, escrows or inspection periods. But it's kind of counterintuitive right now to get the appraiser out there as soon as possible. Because as you stated, I'm out there today and a couple days later, something else sells that's even higher. Well, if you had allowed me, instead of 3 or 4 days to get out to your house, but allowed me 10, I would have showed up later. And on that later date, there would have been higher sales for me to use in my report. So I have coached agents in the past that if you know there's a pending sale in the neighborhood that's about to close, that would be the perfect comp, you should actually delay the appraiser showing up. And I know most of the time you guys want to rush your escrows and everything, but like I was at a house last Friday and I was appraising it for a bank. And on Tuesday, a home sold for like $20,000 more. So if I'd gone on Tuesday, I would have had a better comp to use than if I'd gone on Friday. And pending sales are required to be put in a report, or an active listing is also required to be put in a report for a bank. But the closed sales and the pending sales have the most weight. And a lot of times things are pending, but they don't actually close for what they're pending at. So there's always a discrepancy there. I use the case of the home in East Sacramento that had multiple offers. It was listed for like $625. So I put in my report it's selling at $625. I get the agent on the phone and he's like, "Oh no, we're in contract at $605." So it's not always in contract for what it's pending. And we know that that can go on the extreme on the other end. It could say like $625 and be in contract at $655. But until it closes, we don't know for sure if it's really going to go through. Does that help answer those two questions?
Yes.
I think,
Yeah.
well, I think I'm thinking like Crystal. So I guess my thought is if we're consistently in a neighborhood every month it's going up, say 5% or 2%, are you calculating that when you're seeing that there's
I don't know of any neighborhood that's going up 5%. I think a good number to use is 1% on average for most neighborhoods, but there are neighborhoods that are going up less than 1% a month, so you may even be more conservative. But appraisers are required to mark on the first page of the report if the market is increasing, if there's a shortage of homes, and if it's taking less than 3 months to sell those homes. And if they're checking the increasing box, which they should be in 99% of the transactions right now, they should also be making what's called an adjustment for the price of homes going up. So if the most recent sale of that floor plan was back in June, you put that sale in your report and you calculate how much the market has gone up since June. And if they aren't doing that, then they're violating regulations for appraising homes. Jennifer, I've got another question.
You have a few questions. You have one in the chat and 2 hands up. If we start with the hands that are up, you have Amy Winslow and Dorothy Walsh.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm good.
I wanted to go back for a minute to the Carmichael slide, the big gap between the list and the sold prices.
Yes.
In most of the areas that I'm working, I'm seeing the opposite of that, where it's 100% plus between list and closed, on the other end of the range. So is Carmichael kind of atypical, or are you seeing that, more Sacramento County as a whole?
It really varies from every neighborhood. Like 2 weeks ago, there might have been 10 homes for sale, and now we're seeing the increase in listings that we see after the Super Bowl effect, or the summer flower effect, or the spring effect. Typically, we do see a spike in listings start to occur this time of year. And the great news is if the prices are affordable, there's enough buyers for them. But once the prices start getting too high, there are less buyers to buy them. So you may see more listings in those areas. Somebody asked me how far out I'll go to find comps. And I really try and stay in the neighborhood, and then I go farther back in time, because I statistically can figure out how much homes are going up in a neighborhood by the day, by the month, very easily for me. It's a statistical analysis I do every day. I'll tell you a story though. I was appraising a home in Arden Oaks, which is near the corner of Watt and Arden. And it was a home on an acre. And it was like 2,800 square feet. And there was nothing that had sold like that in like 5 months. So I went to a competing neighborhood where that same home would be found. And that was almost a mile away. And I went to Sierra Oaks, found the same type of ranch home that had just sold. But it depends. When you're looking at luxury homes, riverfront homes, homes with unique locations, sometimes you'll go farther out. But if you are, let's just say you're in River Park over by Sac State or Gold River. I mean, I'm usually not going to leave River Park or Gold River to go farther out just to find a comp. I'm going to go farther back in time.
Right. Hey, we got a bunch more questions, and Amy, we've got other stuff we got to do too, and I think you had to go soon, right?
I can answer 2 more questions, and then I've got to get ready for court.
All right, so Sharon Diarelli, did you get your question answered? If the pending sale has an appraisal on it to verify the value, even though it's not closed yet, she said she's had appraisers consider that. Is that your understanding? I think she talked about that a little.
So basically, an appraiser is required to put a pending and active in their report if there is one. They are also required to contact agents to get firsthand information. And so if a agent I call about a pending sale says, well, it's already appraised and it's going to close the day after tomorrow, I will put all of that language in my report and use that to support a value at the higher end of the range.
Okay, and then one more question. Jillian, you have your hand up.
Yeah, it's kind of to piggyback on that. And Amy, we talked back in December because I had an agent who said that an appraiser who said that they called the listings, the active or pending listings, and I called those agents and no one had heard from the appraiser. So in your experience, I mean, my client decided not to fight it because it was kind of a 50-50 chance. But what would we normally do? I mean, literally the report said, called these listings to verify, and he really hadn't.
So technically that's an ethics violation, and you could submit them for an ethics review by the State Bureau of Real Estate Appraisers, but that wouldn't help you immediately with your issue.
Right.
You could submit something to the bank saying that the appraiser is lying, and when people lie, it reduces their credibility, but that's a really tough rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah, the lender wasn't very helpful when I was trying to fight it. I was like, I did all this work for nothing.
So that's an important point to close with, Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
Know who your buyer's bank is. Know who your buyer is getting their money from, how they work, and what their process is, because not all banks have a good process for doing appraisal rebuttals and so forth. But Jennifer, I can't believe how many questions we have today. I am more than happy to come back and answer questions in 2 weeks if you want me to.
Yeah, let's do that because we do have a lot of other things to cover and we are way into our meeting. But this has been great. I really appreciate you, and I'm just going to see that everybody else does too. So good luck at your deposition today and your 4 other things you're helping with agents in the office, whatever those are. So
Bye,
thank you. All right. Bye. All right, guys. I'm so happy to see all the participation. That makes me feel like we did the right thing today and we needed this. So thank you. Let me pull this up and we will move on. So if you have the power to make someone happy, do it. The world needs more of that. I love that. And I'm not going to play the commercial today just because we are already at 9:41. But Amy was great. Here is your list of staff members and contact information. And this is important. So we haven't done free headshots in the office for a while. And so we realized just how many new people we had who might still need headshots and some people who were talking about getting new ones. So we reached out and we had an overwhelming response across the region of people wanting to sign up for headshots. So if you didn't sign up, are we full today, Brooke? I know we had a lot of people sign up.
The schedule is technically full, but Scott doesn't take long, so come in anyway. We'll squeeze you in. So if you need a headshot and you're available today between 12 and 2, please come in. Just make sure that you sign in on the headshot sheet so I can track pictures when we get them back from Scott and send them to you.
And again, this is compliments of Coldwell Banker. We've done this in the past almost every month across the region somewhere, and we do have some dates scheduled with other offices. So if today doesn't work for you, but you want to do this, reach out to Brooke and Lizette, and they can let you know what's going on in the other locations and what dates and times. Okay.
And thank you, Dustin, for setting this up for us. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Dustin. We so appreciate it. I was excited to see how many people were jumping in and getting this done. I probably should be doing it. My headshot's old again. Anyway, not doing it today. All right, and for anybody who missed it, we have a sign-in sheet at the front desk. Brooke or Lizette is here every day now from 8 to 5. This has been great having us in the office together. And we do need you to sign in when you come in the office and make sure that your clients or vendors sign in as well. This is just to make sure if we do end up, knock on wood, having a case where we need to do contact tracing, we have the names of the people who've come in and the order in which they came in. It'll help us to make sure we do what is required by law correctly in those cases. Brooke is going to be out of the office Tuesday, March 9th. And on that date, we'll remind you at that time, reach out to Lizette or Keith for help. Keith Cook, are you on the call? I don't know if he was able to make it this morning. He has more than one office.
I think he's in another office this week.
That's what I
and
thought.
Actually, I just found out that what I have to go do is late in the afternoon, so I may be here for half a day on Tuesday, but I'll let you guys know.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we'll find out then. All right, so I don't want to skip this. You guys had so much fun, but we are going to limit it today to 2 questions, 2 spins, because we're so far into the meeting. But we are going to be doing this weekly Wheel of Fortune for Sierra Oaks. And Lizette's going to spin the wheel. I'm going to pull this down now and let her take over. Lizette?
Good morning. Can you guys see my screen and hear me?
We can hear you, honey, but I don't see us. I'm not seeing your screen.
Try again. I know you know how to share your
screen. Can you guys see anything?
No,
I see your headshot.
I don't see anything.
Okay, give me 1 second. That's weird.
I might have messed you up. I had my stuff shared. I probably clicked on it at the wrong time. There you go.
Okay, let me try one more time. Okay, can you guys see now?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. So I can't see you guys, but we need 2 volunteers to spin the CV Wheel of Fortune. We have some fun categories, and this is just to have fun and learn something new. So do I have 2 volunteers?
Richard Gore's hand is up.
All right, Richard, let's go ahead and spin. Listing concierge. So, okay, how many seconds does the gold package get you on at home in Northern California? Do you want me to repeat that?
Richard, you're muted if you're talking.
Sorry, I had to find the unmute spot. I think it's 30 seconds.
Good job.
Yay,
Awesome.
good job.
Congratulations, Richard. Your name is in the drawing bowl.
Destiny's
Perfect. Just
hand
make sure
went
you
up
pick it.
next. Destiny, do you want the next question?
I'll take it.
All right, go. Spin for Destiny.
All righty. Let's do Desk. True or false? Desk has a mobile app.
False.
Good job. It's false, but they're working on it.
Very good. And Crystal, you won't take offense if we don't do anything with you today, right? Because we're a little behind schedule. We're going to probably shut this part down.
No, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. We'll choose you next time. Great job,
I
you
was gonna say,
guys.
we'll remember for next week, and Crystal will be the first one that we call on.
There you go. And thank you so much, Lizette. This is fun. I'm enjoying doing this. I hope you guys are having fun with it too.
I
So
know,
Dustin,
it's a lot
last
of
week,
fun.
we had so many people last week raising their hands. We did like five or six questions.
I wish we could do like a whole 30 minutes, but anyways.
One of those weeks when we have nothing else to do, right? All right,
Do we have
so
those?
yeah, not much. March 3rd, National I Want You to Be Happy Day. All right, I'll work on that today. So far I am. This is good. And I'm super excited to tell you guys that as of yesterday morning, I got an update on this from Peggy in the office, and she tells me that last time she checked, we had 21 people signed up. So we have our 20 people that we need to get the small leaf on the learning tree at SAR for the $500 value. That also means that if you take 35 times 21, we have raised a lot of money for the scholarship fund. So thank you to everyone who has signed up and is participating. And when we get to the end of this, I'll get a final number. I'm sure there are still people registering. But again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, please log in, take a look at this. We are doing a Shamrock Shuffle virtual fund run to raise money this year for the SAR Scholarship Fund in place of our typical get together where we actually cook dinner and do a St. Patty's Day event where we all get together and we do lots of not raffle prizes, but you know, the things you bid on. What are those called? Silent auction. We usually do a silent auction and raise money that way. But since we aren't able to do that yet, this is turning out to be a lot of fun. And what I'd love to do for anybody who has registered and is on the call, think about this. I would love to have you take a picture if you wear your shirt, in your shirt, outside, like you're doing your run at whatever point, and send it in to Lizette and Brooke. And at the end, if we can get enough of these pictures, we can put together a cute little video or a collage or something to put out on social media and share it with all of you, and you can share it as well. So I love that idea, but we have to get enough of you to participate with the pictures. So please do. All right, for anyone who missed it, I am hosting a 3-session listing appointment series. The first one is this Friday at 9:30 a.m. They each will be on Fridays, so Friday, and Friday in a row at 9:30 to 10:30. And this week we will be covering the pre-listing questionnaire. I'm going to have some help from Keith Cook, our FMS. He will be joining with me and be my seller partner to role play. And I would love to have as many of you participate as needed. My goal is to help every one of you who has a desire to get at least one more listing. We have a goal to get one more listing for every person who desires it, and that we are going to help you in any way we can. And this is my effort to assist you in the process of winning when you go on these competitive listing presentations. And I've heard from many of you, it's tough out there right now. There aren't a lot of listings, but those sellers that are listing their homes are interviewing multiple agents in many, many cases. So I want to see you guys win. There is no reason why you shouldn't be able to in most cases if we're doing this right. Okay? You have more value, you bring more value, and you are all amazing. And you can sign up for the class in Sales Pro. It is in there. If you need help, ask any of the staff. We're happy to help. Also, I have a meeting invite I can forward you from my calendar, and you can just accept it and show up as well. Okay? Happy Hour Book Club for all of you who discussed on Friday's happy hour, which was really fun, I thought. all the options for books. I want you to know I downloaded 3 different books by Saturday and started listening to them. And one of the ones that we all were kind of excited about the title, after listening to the first couple of chapters, it's not that I'm probably not going to listen to the book, but I'm not sure it's necessarily the best book for the whole office. So I tried to pick something that I thought you would all enjoy, that would be helpful in our business, but also is interesting. This is not a brand new book. Richard Gore, thank you for reminding me about this book, because I am aware of it. I just, for years, have said I was going to read it and never have. And I already listened to the first couple chapters. It's captivating. I really am enjoying it. So I hope you will all join me this month on March 26th at 4 p.m. for the virtual happy hour and book discussion. This book, Never Split the Difference, is a book on negotiating, but it has a great story behind it, because the guy who wrote the book is a former hostage negotiator with the FBI, and it talks about him meeting with Ivy League schools and learning and teaching negotiation expertise at those levels. It's really fascinating. So I hope those of you who enjoy this will download the book or order the book and join us. And look forward to hearing from you throughout the month as you do. All right, I wasn't going to put a contract corner in this week because we had a guest speaker, but this subject has come up so many times, and it just kills me when I hear you have a buyer out at a house and there's a listing agent who hasn't read or understands the contract telling you things that are completely not accurate or inaccurate. So I took a snapshot of the PED. This is page 2 of the PED. I'm sure most of you have seen this if you've shown any buyers' homes and you have people signing it. Look at number 8. Accompanying minors. Adult signers acknowledge and agree that all property entrant rules, signer acknowledges and signer representations apply equally to any accompanying minors as they do to the signer. Signer is responsible for their care, safety, and conduct in the property, and any accompanying minor shall be identified in paragraph 9. Then all you need to do is make sure the children's names, the people under 18, are put under paragraph 9. And when you enter the house, the same showing restrictions apply. So if you have 4 people, 2 kids, 2 adults, you'll need to send 1 child and 1 adult in at a time with the listing agent. But there is no rule that says minors cannot go into a home during COVID. We've had numerous situations where listing agents have barred families and children from entering the home, more than the 2 that the people on this call today know about. And so I'm astounded at how many times this is coming up. So I'm putting this in here so you're prepared when it does come up and you know what the contract says. And if you are bringing someone with minors out, make sure you fill this out properly when you have your clients sign it. Okay? Any questions? Nope. Okay. Hope that helps somebody, because it was definitely upsetting to at least one family I'm aware of, if not a couple of them at this point. I'm going to let Chris Lippy, I'm going to let Cornerstone go first if they're still on the call. Kathy Phillips, is Dan still here with us?
Yes. Good morning.
Hi, sorry for starting so late, guys. We had a great speaker. We were going for a long time.
Dan, do you want to, Dan's on and he has a few little words he wants to talk about. So Dan, why don't you take it away? Oh, Kristen and Ashley are on too, but there we go. I'm going to let them take it.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning, everyone. We just wanted to bring up a quick item is property taxes are coming up due, our second installment on April 10th. And so anybody in contract now or maybe in contract here shortly, we just want to bring up, maybe have a conversation with your seller about getting those property taxes paid ahead of time if possible. What we're finding out is the tax collector is taking about 2 months to get refunds. So we wouldn't want to hold any money or wait for your sellers to have to wait for that money to come back post closing. So the quickest way to do it is to submit a check online. That is free. They also accept credit cards. There is a small charge for that. I believe it's about 2.3%. And
another idea too is to, if we can, when we're ordering your payoffs, is if the lender has paid their taxes, is to have them get us a statement showing that those taxes have been paid. So that'll help us as well to not have to double charge them.
Right, perfect. So Dan Lapina, Kristen Gomes, And the entire Cornerstone team, because I saw Kathy in another window, right? Thank you for coming to the meeting and for being so patient.
Thank you for having us always.
And we appreciate your support.
Thank you,
We
everyone.
appreciate yours. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye-bye. All right. Kathy, did you have anything else to add?
All right. Good. Fuck, that's it long enough.
Chris Lippy with Guaranteed Rate Affinity.
I'll keep it super brief. I know it's almost 10 o'clock, so I just want to thank you guys for your continued support. Kind of to piggyback on Amy's presentation, we work hand in hand with her. She's on our panel. I can tell you we've got one of the most robust appraisal ordering systems called LenderX, which really streamlines the process so we can get them. I haven't had a lot of issues over this entire last year with getting appraisals ordered and done in a timely fashion. In addition, we, if you guys have strategies you want to go over in advance of going into escrow, if you're anticipating that the property's not going to appraise, there's lots of solutions for that we can, work together on. So I would advise you to always keep your lender involved up front. And then, it makes for a much smoother process at the end. So I'll let you guys go, keep it short for today, but thank you guys for your support, and we're here to help you.
And Chris Lippy, thank you for showing up. Can I tell him what happened to you on the way to work this morning?
No, it was I was dropping my kids off at school, and then my TPS light on my dash pop came on, and I noticed that I had a nasty nail in my tire, and it was losing pressure. So I drove from there to get it fixed, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it back for the meeting, but luckily there was nobody at the tire shop yet, so I got in and out, so it worked out well. Highly support Radial Tire Center on Cottage. I've been going to them for 20 years. They're the best.
Well, thanks for the recommendation. I'll remember that should something happen to me up here. All right. Thank you, Chris. Yeah. And I know Cheryl Gomes is out today. The entire team at American Home Shield is at their conference. I don't remember how many days it is, but they are out today. If you have any issues, I would still reach out to them, because even though they have their out of office on, if you text them, I would bet that you'll get a response throughout the day. When people in business go to these types of conferences, customer service and clients still come first. I bet you anything, and you guys all know this, who've gone to these kind of conferences, they will break out and respond to you as soon as they are able. It's not that they're gone and fallen off the face of the earth. They're just not sitting right in front of their computer. Anyway, so thank you to all of you for supporting our partners. I know I appreciate it, and it does definitely help with what we're able to offer and do as a company, because we are all owned by Realogy. I'm not finding, hold on, I'm trying to share my screen, guys, but it's not working. Give me 1 minute. There it goes. And somebody's dog sounds fierce.
That would be
yeah, yourself, Brooke. I'll do this. Don't worry about it. Or Lizette can do it. There we go. All right. We have a listing for Denise Kalkin. I wonder if this is why she was trying to call me earlier. Let's see. Is anybody here to pitch for Denise? If not, I will. What a beautiful home. Nope. So new listing, 1017 Entrada Road in Sacramento, right here in our backyard, 95864 for $899,000. The bedrooms and baths are not on here, interestingly enough. I'm not sure what happened there. But it's just over 1,900 square feet, mid-century modern in Arden Park area. Beautiful white oak flooring, I see that. Outdoor living spaces and designer updates throughout. Very, very pretty home. So call Denise if you have any questions. And it looks like it's in MLS, so you can access MLS for more pictures and showing instructions beyond that. Sarah Dalton, are you still with us?
She's not, but this is Crystal. I told her I'd pitch it for her.
Wonderful.
Sarah has her new listing coming up in Heritage Park. She did help these buyers purchase the house just a little over a year ago. And unfortunately they have to move. But if you're familiar with Heritage Park, it's in the Natomas area. It's a very nice 55 and older gated community. This particular model is wonderful because it's a full 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a little over 2,200 square feet. And it's been updated, beautifully taken care of. Definitely go see it.
Perfect. All right, 640 Newbridge Lane. Denise is busy today. Lincoln, California, 495,000, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, almost 2,700 square feet. And they are asking for offers by Sunday the 7th. It says beautiful home in Lincoln Crossing, 5 bedroom, 3 bath home, features open floor plans, spacious kitchen with pantry, large bonus room upstairs, bedroom and full bath downstairs, beautiful wood-like flooring and new carpet, new patio cover and shed. Low HOA dues include high-speed internet, access to Lincoln Crossing amenities, and swimming pool. So it sounds fantastic. Again, reach out to Denise if you have questions beyond what you see in MLS. And we went ahead, I'm not going to go through all of these, but I want you to see that Brooke, did you already send the updated presentation out to everybody? Oh, she's on mute. Anyway, we added.
No, I'll send it out with the recap.
Perfect. So she'll be sending this out, but this has all the new listings across the region. Since we aren't seeing as many new listings, we thought rather than send you a separate file, we would just flash through them in the meeting in case you see something that you want to get your buyers in front of right away. So these are all the things the other offices have put into various areas. Old River, Fair Oaks, and this will be emailed out to you today.
Yes, and please remember, this is an internal document, so you can't, please don't send the full tour out to your clients.
Yeah, this is to notify you. Not all of these will be in MLS yet, and we don't want to have a violation because we've sent it outside of Coldwell Banker. We are allowed to share internally because we are all of our offices the same brokerage. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Client wants and needs that you want to share? New listings, something coming back on the market, price reductions, buyer wants and needs.
It's Lee. I have a new listing coming on the market this weekend, and awesome. It is at 2532 Rio de Oro Way in Sacramento. It's a charming, super clean 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in College Greens, and there's not a lot on the market there. It's we just took the pictures yesterday, and it will be on MLS on Friday. So, but it is vacant with a lockbox. So if you want to preview it, you can preview it.
Awesome.
What price, Lee?
Oh, it's going to be $449.
Ann Sacco has her hand up, Jennifer.
Ann, hello.
Hello there. Well, I have been searching for a home for a couple in either Folsom, El Dorado Hills, Roseville. Granite Bay would be fine too. And they want a 1-story, about 2,500 square feet or more. They'll even look at a little less, 3-car garage. And I am having a heck of a time.
Yeah. All right. So we will help you out. You guys help her out if you have anything at all to refer her to. Sharon Diarelli, you have your hand up.
Yeah, hi, thanks. You guys may have seen the email I sent out, but I have my neighbor wants to sell her house, non-MLS. She's very private and she doesn't, she's just doesn't really want to put it on the market. But so it makes my job a little hard. But it's great investment property. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's about a little over 1,500 square foot on 0.28. Needs, it's definitely going to be a gut job, or someone could flip it or add on to it, or they could maybe just clean it up and make it a rental. But it's 431 Larch Lane. And I'm going to try to get maybe some groups in this weekend. If she'll, she's pretty reasonable as long as I have, 4 or 5 showings at once, she'll be open to that. So if anybody has any investors, it's 2 doors down to $2.4 million house. So I think the price per square foot could justify some rehab project for somebody.
Nice.
Take a drive by.
All right. Thank you, Sharon. All right. Anyone else? Buyer, seller wants and needs. New listings. Going. All right. If I rush too much, you guys slow me down. I always feel bad for keeping you too far past our time, but been a lot today. All good. I didn't get my presentation. What happened here? 1 minute. Let's try one more time. I think I'm moving too fast. I'm making mistakes and sharing. There.
Jennifer, the rest is just the marketing minute, and it's a lot of it is kind of a review or rehash of stuff that we've already gone over. Listing concierge, there's some stuff in there. So I'm not, we don't need to go slide by slide. The one thing I will tell you is that our Clients for Life for March is a $5,000 online shopping via Amazon. You'll see the proof tomorrow. They'll be going out of your Prospect Square on Tuesday the 9th. You'll be able to see your analytics starting the 11th. You can post to social media on the 9th. If you want flyers or anything to, hand out or digitally send out, please let either Lizette or I know we have them. Also, I wanted to let you know we got the 2021 Clients for Life campaigns schedule. So I will add that to the recap today. And so you guys can kind of see what's going on in the next couple months. But I don't think there's anything else in here we really need to go over. Jennifer, can you go through a few more?
Yep, I'm just going to go slow.
Yeah. This is something, we have low inventory assets in BrandServe that you can post to social media. So,
and you can put your name and your last name and your photo and your contact info. I like these.
Yeah, if you're looking for something to kind of make you stand out from other people on your social media, that's definitely something to look at. If you need help with downloading these or creating these, please come to either Lizette or myself. We both have access to BrandServe and can do it for you and help you with it. Or even, if it's an emergency, do it for you.
I really like these ones. I'm excited.
I like the puppy one, but that's just me. Global Luxury. I know we had at least, I think, 7 people in our office do the virtual certification last week. If you are interested in taking advantage and doing some more things, Katrina, who is our Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Manager, is setting up a session. So how to use your Global Luxury certification to maximize your opportunities. And we are planning on another virtual certification course in June.
Which, yeah, and if you didn't, we had a lot of people in this office attend the one this past week. And so we have numerous people getting certified, but there is value in doing this. So guys, if you have any interest in breaking into the luxury market or you're already in it and want to get the certification and know what that means to you, please come talk to us so we can chat. All right.
Destiny, you had your hand up. Is there something we can help you with? Nope.
You may have said it. Did you guys already do the DoorDash drawing?
I'm sorry.
The DoorDash drawing, has that already been completed?
It's we're waiting on the final information.
Yeah. Okay. So we kind of get some internal stuff to look at to make sure there's nobody who won who shouldn't have won, and then it gets announced to you guys. So you'll have very shortly.
Okay? I assume that I could have asked. I should have asked Dustin. I'm assuming we'll have the final information by next Monday.
I'm pretty sure we will because I already saw something on it, so I'm pretty sure it'll be here next week.
Yep. Mona, you had a question?
I do. How much is 431 Larch Lane?
Sharon,
do we have a price
still here? You might want to call Sharon Diarelli, Mona, if she can chat with you directly. Okay?
Yeah, we're still working on it. She wants up to 715, but we're working. It's going to be somewhere between 650 and 715. Put it that way. But she's open to all offers.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Chris Lippy, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I just had a question about the St. Patrick's Day run.
Oh
yes.
I'm registered. I was playing around on the website yesterday. There's no place that I can see to actually upload proof that you ran or your time, or is there going to be a leaderboard webpage or anything like that?
I don't think Linda Beaver or Patty, not Patty, Peggy are here right now on the call.
Peggy didn't know. I no big deal. Or I could just email Brooke, I guess. But I was just curious. It'd be fun if the office had like their own,
We can set something up, but I thought Peggy and Linda had said that it's kind of an honor system thing. So
they did. That's what I was going to say. They said they're working on the honor system for this. But my thought was, we have so many people that have signed up. It would be super fun to build something out around this, right? So that we could have a social media post that we can all share and have something fun. So if you guys want to participate in that with our office, since we have 20 something people at least signed up, might even be more than 20s, I think it would be a blast. So it's always fun to join together and support a good charity. All right.
Class schedule. This is stuff that the FMSs are hosting. So, if you're interested, you can sign up through Sales Pro or click on the links in the presentation. Oh, Mona, you have your hand up again?
I just want to, I don't know if you already mentioned this, but Brian Tracy, today is the first meeting for anyone who signed up for the champion mastermind.
Yes, yes. You're getting the confirmation. There are a bunch of you. You all should be getting reminders. I did speak to them earlier in the week, and I had a list of everybody who signed up, and it was all there, and they had your emails and they had your text phone numbers. So you should be getting text message reminders and an email reminder. If you're not and you signed up, please reach out right away so we can get you in touch with them. Okay? We did have one person that had been left off the list that it got fixed.
Yeah, I don't think I've been getting them, Jennifer. Actually, I was going to ask that question today myself.
So Dorothy, you on the list. So I'm looking right now. It's going to your CB NorCal address. That's what they have.
Okay, well, I was going to call them anyway today, so I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, call them because you should be getting them. You were on the list when they confirmed with me, so who knows? What you could also check your spam. Sometimes things that go out from companies like that go in spam. You never know. All right, so I'm just kind of scrolling through. I'm going to take this down so I can see any faces that are left. We kind of jammed right through the marketing minute, which is not our typical thing, but I hope you all know you can go through the slides and call any of us with questions. And we still have 33 people here. Brooke, you ready to draw?
I'm going to do the drawing, and then remember, guys, make sure you click on the leave button when you're done so we, can actually get the recording. The first person is Jillian Robinson. Yay! And the second one is Dorothy Walsh. So
Congrats.
I will have those gift cards for you guys. I may have to stop and get new ones. I think we might be out, so I have to get some more.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
All right, guys. Thank you. And I'll send out the recap here soon.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Mm.